So, testing out the camera and lens combo a bit more. I'm really happy with the results. Um, so, one of the questions you might have is, why even adapt these lenses when we have autofocus lenses from Sony and they're great? And my response is, they are great. There's nothing wrong with them. But lenses that I've made for Leica system, the M mount, these are lenses that are preserving character. They're not meant to be perfect. They're not meant to be ultra corrected. So in that sense, you get a lot for your money's worth when you compromise and you go for one of these lenses. This is why Voigtlander, for example, has been making lenses for Leica, but not just Leica, for all systems, because there is something about the character in those lenses. Part of it has, a main part of it is their construction. So not only are they solid lenses, they're made of full metal, but the element organization, the amount of elements and the quality of those with very many aperture blades, all those things combined give us beautiful, old school, modernized lenses in a way. So that those character flare, those flares that you look for, that smooth bokeh, that character, that 3D pop that we hear of from Leica, from Zeiss, from Voigtlander, this is due to the lens construction inside the optical formula. Today, and nothing wrong with having corrected lenses. We want clean results. We want them to be quick. We don't want chromatic aberrations and so on. But at what expense? There's a balance, and I think several Leica lenses and Voigtlander lenses have found that balance. And that balance is many times less elements. And it's actually amazing how many elements some of these have. And I'm not saying they're all the same, but for example, I was using a Leica Elmer 90mm. That thing has 4 elements. A 90mm from Sony has like 13 to 15. So every time you add another piece of glass, you're correcting things, yes, but at the same time you're taking away what we call micro contrast. You're taking away 3D pop that comes from micro contrast. So it is a balance. I'm not saying those lenses are bad, but there's a reason Leica lenses are shot on Leica cameras for so long. And it's because they have those qualities that make them special, make them stand out from a basic, more clinical shot. Nothing wrong with it, but it's a very clinical shot. It lacks the character, it lacks the 3D pop that we are looking for to spice things up, to make you inspired to shoot more. It's not all about blurring out the background. It's also about better composition, better image quality, more 3D pop of your subject. So even with a 28mm like the one I'm shooting, this 28 Voigtlander, what makes it very comparable to the Leica is that it's good enough for the Leica. And it has excellent micro contrast, it has a 3D pop, it has that subject, it has those colors that you want in your photography. So that's a reason to adapt them. And this formula, this combination is working out pretty well for me. But for now, the A7C combined with this TECHART adapter, combined with lenses that are good enough for Leica, work on Sony, and they look amazing, and they will inspire you to slow down, to be more intentional with your photography. And let's say you don't want to spend on all of this adapting. If the best takeaway I have for you is the same thing: slow down, be more intentional, include more in your composition. It's not all about blurring the background. And that's what I've learned going down the Leica rabbit hole. All right, so after a shoot, I think I was out here for about an hour and a half. I'm happy with this combination. I think it's a good option for those who don't want to spend spend 5,000-6,000 right away for a camera like a Leica Q2, because that's really expensive. That's a commitment. This is a good option for those who want to experience the same field of view and aperture, very high lens quality, up there with the Summilux. This is a good alternative to the Q1 in terms of megapixels, and the Q2 just because it's newer. I mean, the Sony autofocus system is so good. There are some times where the autofocus hesitates, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I think just with practice and understanding how the focus works with this adapter, and then it depends on the lenses. The wider the lens, the easier it is to focus, so that is a pro on this one. I shot with the 90 f2.8 with this adapter, and I was really happy with it. I have some pictures posted on my Instagram. That was running gun shooting, so if a 90 performance is up there, the 28 was definitely higher than that. And then next I need to try out the 40-1.4 from Voigtlander. I have that up on my list of trying out with this adapter, as well as the Summicron 50. That's from the Leica R mount, which you can find great deals on. And it's a Summicron. It's from the 60s, 70s, but character, sharpness, all that checks all the boxes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around so that I can cover those tests with those other lenses and see if this TECHART is a long-term, a band-aid approach to holding back on getting a Q. Or maybe once the Q3 comes out, the Q2 would drop a little bit in price. But in the meantime, this is really awesome because this gives you what a Q2 and Q1 can't, and that's the ability to switch the lenses, and that's a big plus. So thanks for watching. Stick around.